Right, time for the oiling to start. So I have my Danish oil. Don't know if you can see that. There you go. Bird brand Craftsman's range. I'm hoping that's enough. Valeting cloth to apply. Some, I think it's 000 wire wool to wipe down in between, and a cloth to wipe off any excess in between. So, as I've never done this before, this might be a very entertaining hour. I've seen some people with, admittedly not with MDF, actually putting a big dose onto the table and then spreading it out. I have no idea how that will work, but that's what I'm going to do. And I bought a pack of 5 of these. And bearing in mind that I know boiled linseed oil can go up in smoke and burn down your garage, because I've heard too many stories about that. I'm going to do exactly the same with this. At least the wind's going to help with allowing it to dry. Oh, that smells good. Right, let's see how much of a mess I can make with this. It's really soaking in. Wow. This says 4 to 8 hours drying time. Really? I'd be very surprised if that's 4 to 8 hours drying time. Right, supposedly I'm supposed to wipe off any excess after 15 minutes. I can't see there being any excess because it looks bone dry. Oh, it smells fantastic though. Okay, so that's had half an hour to dry. It does say 3 to 4 hours. But that is dry. Okay, let's see what this does. Wax on, wax off. Miyagi-Do woodworking. Lovely. Okay. So I think I've got to be wary of again is where I poured it on. It's left a thicker mark, so I'm not quite sure I'm going to get around that, but I'm hoping as second, third and fourth coats go on, that should fix it. I hope. I'm just hoping as well that because I'm not waiting 3 to 4 hours for each coat, it's not going to stuff it. It says 4 to 8 hours to dry. Well, it's absolutely bone dry. It's a really good temperature out here, and there's a nice light breeze. If anything, it's almost too warm to put this on. Can't bloody win. The keen-eyed of you who are looking carefully will see this is really nicely done. Whereas this really isn't. It's too wide there because that's gone in too far, and when I cut the top board it was such a stupid mistake. I can't remember why I made the mistake now, but I was 10mm out when I measured it because I think I measured it from the wrong side. Very annoying. Okay, coat number 3. Definitely not soaking in the same way the first 2 coats did. You know, I thought this would be really, really boring. Oddly satisfying, and I think the word's cathartic. Right, I will see how that soaks in. Unfortunately, the very first line of Danish oil I put on has left a mark. Probably not good to do it in direct sunlight. Looks gorgeous though. I think it's going to need another coat. I can already see that places where it is got a glossy finish and other places where it's dull, where it's still soaking in. Yeah, certainly here where I was a little bit heavier with the volume that went on, there's a more consistent glossy finish along it, and here a lot less. So when I do the last coat or the next coat, I may be a bit heavier with the oil. See what happens. Okay, well, that's the bench almost completed. One more coat. Right, and we'll see you guys again a bit later. Well, I've put an extra coat on. It's still soaking in, but nowhere near as much as in the first 3 goes, but it's got that kind of gloss over the whole surface now. So I'm going to tuck it away in the garage, leave everything off the surface, and let it dry overnight, and have a look at it again tomorrow and see whether or not it needs another coat. I doubt it. It should be good to go. But then that then leaves me free to get on with the cleat wall. Now, one thing I have noticed as I've moved this out, or it's settled or whatever, the table saw's dropped. I'm not quite sure why. It hasn't dropped. The heat from the sun and the oil has actually caused this, I don't know whether you can see my hand move down, it's actually lifted up by 3 or 4 millimeters on that side because I've got no screws here to hold it down. Right, so fix for tomorrow. Screws down the edge here. Why the hell didn't I put screws there? So, one there, there, and for some reason completely forgot to do them there. I was thinking, how could it drop? It can't drop. No, it hasn't dropped. We live and learn. Okay, so I hope you found some of that interesting. Right, have a great day everyone, and remember to like and subscribe if you found anything useful, and I will see you again in the next one.